Hello friends and welcome to the Crypto Stacker channel. My name's Dean. If you're watching my videos for the first time, please know I only make them for entertainment, education, and for community building. Most often community building around Terrarium. Terrarium is a sponsor of the Crypto Stacker channel, and guys, there's tons of stuff that have happened since the last time I made a video. I announced last time I recorded, which was Terrarium Tuesday, that I have COVID, and since then everybody in my family got it. There's 4 of us that live here together, 2 of my kids and my wife. Everybody's got it. And so the symptoms have been annoying, but not horrible for everybody in the house. I did lose my taste for a couple of days. Still not back 100%, but most of it is back. But the COVID isn't really the reason that I've been away from filming. I decided to take the opportunity of basically being locked down in my house to do a project that I've wanted to do for a long time. I have a shop space here in my house. We've lived here for 6 years. I've done a lot of fun projects out of there, but really, even when we moved in, some of the major projects that I did, the clutter went into that space and it just never came back out. So the space has never been as functional as it should be, and it got to a point where it was absolute chaos. It just had to be done. And it took me about 4 days, 10 to 12 hours a day to get it exactly how I want it. And now it's done. It looks amazing. The feeling is incredible. And so I'll show you some of that maybe another time. But I do want to talk about Terrarium today, you guys. There just have been so many things that have happened. Today is officially, for me here in the United States, July the 4th. It's about 20 minutes after 12, so early in the morning. I did my show prep just before, so it'll be showing July 3rd in my spreadsheet. I'm going to try to make another video for you all tomorrow after I see what the Terrarium development team is going to do with Terapool. Now, it isn't one of those things that's going to launch like a token and we're going to be able to watch a graph and see how many people are getting in. But I do know they made lots of connections at the expo in Singapore, and that there are people that are looking forward to using Terapool as a launch pad. So it'll be great to see how that rolls out. And the biggest thing that I'm looking for is for it to go live. Okay. Now, when it goes live, I don't expect that it's going to have a massive impact on the price of Terrarium, the token, because the two aren't necessarily directly connected. But what I think is going to happen is, if they launch it, as they said they were going to today on July the 4th, that it will really give a boost to confidence in us as the investors. And people will be able to see this is a serious team that talks about doing serious things, that's talking about innovative technologies in the crypto space. They gave themselves a deadline, and let's see if they meet it. I believe they will. Everything that they're saying in their Twitter feeds leans up to this launching today. Now, I do know that over in India, it is July the 4th, right? I mean, they're about 11 and a half hours ahead of my time. So they should be getting ready to have lunch here pretty soon. And so I'm sure it's not Independence Day over there like it is here. It's probably a work day, and it's going to definitely be a work day where they're supposed to be launching Terapool. So it'll be great to see what comes out today in their Twitter feeds, and we'll follow up on that as soon as we have additional information. But for now, let's take a quick look at Terrarium. It's currently down about 2% on the day. We look at the longer term on this, down about 10% on the week, still up 37% on the 14-day look. That graph actually looks pretty interesting. Still kind of a mountain. If you scan out just a little bit further, you can see there was a price point of about where we're at right now. A pretty big dip down where we got all the way down to 801. Then a nice increase as we were looking forward to what was going to happen at the Crypto Expo in Singapore. At one point in time, even pushing over 802. And now we've probably had some profit taking and pullback. Some of that excitement's died down from the Crypto Expo. This is kind of how it works, with the news cycle. People will buy the rumor, they sell the news. So we'll see if Terapool has another positive price impact. Like I say, I don't see it being a massive catalyst right now, but it should change the way we as investors look at the development team, the people that we're working with. All right, let me jump into the spreadsheet. we'll just take a quick look at what's going on. Today again, 7-3 when I prepared this was just before midnight. The holder count 10,372, increase of 71 since I last reported 5 days ago. The market cap's 86.6 million. That still leaves Terarium with the rank of 268 of all cryptocurrencies, which is a much better position than we were in just a few weeks ago. I think we kind of topped out when we were falling in price down to that 801 level around 357. So we've climbed up about 90 spots since then, which is, it's encouraging. That's where we want to be. We want to continue to just organically move up the ladder as we grow stronger and stronger, as we strengthen our community and grow it. Volume in the last 24 hours, 68,298. The burn has ticked up one notch to 53.68. In the last 5 days, 9 trillion tokens have burned, just under 2 trillion tokens per day, which is on pace with what we've been seeing with Terarium for quite some time. All right, I'm going to pounce over here to Twitter. I'm actually going to start with Milton's feed because it says pretty much everything that I was hoping to see. So here he is talking on the 29th that there were final key details being added to Terapool. And he says she's going to change everything. New projects will be able to raise capital with minimum fees, unlike competitors that charge over to 30 to 40%. They're talking about raising capital, and I believe the estimate that I've seen is like less than 5% on those fees. So that could really draw a crowd if this software works well. So there you see it launching today, July the 4th. This was the next tweet that I saw that really sparked my interest. This is the first time I've seen anybody mention this, but Terarium was first listed in Dubai or organized. Geez, I said that 100% backwards. Terarium was first organized or legally created as an entity in the United States. Shortly after that, it was registered in India, and they've been working on Dubai for quite some time. Milton is saying as of July 1st that now Terarium is registered in Dubai. So those first 3 key target battlegrounds that they wanted to be registered in, there you have them. And now they're moving forward, pushing on for Singapore and Japan. So here is the one that I saw that talks about the fees being as low as 2% with Terapool, which is quite interesting. This is a video launched on Milton's feed on the 2nd, and you can see what they're doing here now that they're organized. See, 2% per transaction, pretty impressive. But what they're doing, now they're organized, they've got this beautiful workspace in India. They've started hiring people to go to work for them. So this is the kind of content that we're going to be seeing coming out of the Terareum team. They've got people for marketing. They've got people for programming. It's just going to start growing more and more over time. So almost 5,000 views on that, which is half of the holders of Terarium, which shows a pretty strong interest in what's going on. Milton's got a new profile pic, and I really like this. He's standing inside the Terarium office. He's looking out into the future, and he's showing a little bit of swagger, which quite frankly, you want your CEO to show just a little bit of swagger, some confidence. And so I think it's a sweet profile pic. Someday, hopefully, I'll get over there to India and I'll do some kind of a parody pic for myself right there in the Terarium window. Looks like a nice commercial area, though. Some beautiful views from the office. All right. The last thing that I want to show, so he's saying here, getting primed for launch. Yeah. The last thing that I wanted to show is actually over in RD's Twitter feed. And it has to do with a couple additional influencers making content. So I saw this in his tweets and replies. I had to scroll down a lot farther than I thought I would have to find it, because RD is a guy who does a lot of Twitter posting. Here we go. This is it right here. So about 4 hours ago, RD just mentioning that there's a great video out by Tammy. Okay? And Tammy is known on YouTube as the Crypto Queen. She is very professional, does a really nice job with her content. I've been following her for a while, and I'm excited that she's on board. The other person that I saw was releasing Terarium videos here recently is Adam Shelton. And Adam is a person who, he's taken his lumps. He very much sells crypto. He's a shiller, if you will, and does a really good job with that. He talks about tons of different projects, but why is he talking about Terrarium? Why is Tammy talking about Terrarium? You guys, this is what I was talking about a few videos back, where I saw this happen with Saitama. As a project starts to gain momentum, the people creating content start getting more and more views. These other influencers, these other content creators can see that the Terareum team is serious. There was a ton of skepticism around Terareum when I first started making videos. I was one of the first 2 people that they had making videos. Okay, I saw Ryan Patrick making some content early on. He was going to be their official influencer early on, and then things were slow to develop and he kind of moved out, but still creates content. Awesome Austin and myself have been making content since the launch of the token in February, but we're starting to see more and more people come to the table to create content. Why? Because the content gets views, okay? Content creators want to create content that people have an interest in. And so it kind of starts feeding on itself. The more creators make content, the more of their viewers see what's going on. And then there are more views, more interest. The project will start to organically grow more and more. And so I just want to add my voice to RD and say thanks to Tammy, the crypto queen, for her Terrarium content. Thank you to Adam Shelton for joining and creating some Terrarium content. Other influencers, please do your own research on this and show your viewers what's going on here at Terrarium. It's a really exciting project with developers who hopefully are about to show us today that when they say they're going to do something, which was launch Terapool on July 4th, they get it done. I'm looking forward to it. Now, it won't be a massive launch type of thing like a token is, where we're going to see how many people come to the table immediately and how much buys and sells and a graph of things going up. This is software for people to launch their crypto projects, their fundraising efforts, their Web3 projects on. So it's a launch platform. So looking forward to seeing what the team has to say. They had some great contacts from the Crypto Expo. If they're willing to do these launches like they're saying at a 2% fee versus 30 to 40% on other platforms, I would think there's going to be a high level of popularity. It's going to shine a brighter and brighter spotlight on Terrarium as a token. And hopefully for those of us who are investors, that means that we'll start to see some handsome returns. Fingers crossed, right? All right, friends. Hey, before I leave, I just want to show you my reflections, and then I'm going to jump off this one. So today, again, 7-3, now 7-4 officially, but when I put this together, it was just before midnight. So my total bag now, 10,107,737,000,000, up, geez, I'm tongue-tied, 632 million from 5 days ago. So a little more than 100 and change every day, 120 million per day, which is nice. Brings my total reflections in tokens to 32,303,000,000 since February the 21st when I started recording this. Current prices, that's worth about $58. And so I love these reflections. It's a great way to watch your bag grow without having to chip more money at it. And now that I've kind of reached my target token amount, that 10 trillion line, I'll just continue to watch these reflections rise and look for opportunities to hopefully make some gains. So friends, I hope you're doing amazing. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day to everybody here in the United States. To the rest of you around the world, I hope you're having an amazing day. Check back with me soon. We'll watch our crypto stacks grow together.